it's Kristen here with Bariatric Mindset. I am the author of Bariatric Mindset Success, Live Your Best Life and Keep Your Weight Off After Weight Loss Surgery, and author of the 3-month and 6-month, it's heavy, accountability journals. Whoop, whoop. I wanted to pop in and share the inside to give you guys a sneak peek of the inside of these journals, because I have a lot of people asking me what's inside. And what is actually happening is when you see the look inside on Amazon, it only gives you the first couple pages, which is like how to use this workbook, which I don't think is giving everybody a full picture of what's inside. And because I have to make this video somewhat short, I'm going to go fast. But if you don't know who I am or what I do, feel free to check out one of my other videos that's going to be posted. It's called An Introduction. I'm a 4-year VSG post-op. I'm a psychotherapist, and I'm also a bariatric mindset coach. And I work with post-ops to get their mindset in order so that there is no regain. So that's my goal. And that's why I've created this book and why I've created the workbook, to keep you on track in the long term. And I'm so excited about the workbook because it's all-inclusive. It's genius. And I'm not just saying that because I created it. I'm saying it because it literally is accountability in a book. And if you're having trouble being accountable to yourself by just tracking, then I would say you probably need some counseling or coaching. And either someone in your area, or if there's somebody that you like, I have limited spots, but my point is either you need to find somebody and go through your insurance, or go through someone physically in your area, or find somebody who resonates with you. And that's also what I talk about in the book, is that when you do want to find somebody, you want to find someone who resonates with you and your needs. Moving along. This book is for anyone who has had bariatric surgery and who either has experienced regain, has fear of experiencing regain, or literally anybody who just wants to stay on track, because this, again, is an all-inclusive journal for staying on track. So I'm going to jump right in. The first couple pages of the, and I keep calling it a journal, but it's a workbook, sorry. The first couple pages of the workbook are how to use it. The next one is the accountability calendar. And so it's a whole month. This page is a whole month. So most months are 4 weeks, but some are 5. So I've included 5 so that you're not missing anything. And so for this month, we start on a Friday and we go through. And so this month will actually like bleed into the 5th week. So it's perfect. You'll be able to use it. But there will be some months that you only use 4 weeks. However, every journal, every workbook, I keep saying journal, every workbook will have 5 weeks per month. So literally this is 15 weeks. This one is 30 weeks, right? 15 weeks, 30 weeks. Now we know that 6 months is actually 26 weeks. So you actually get 4 more weeks. In terms of the worksheets. So anyway, the accountability calendar. What do you have on here? So you're able to track your food. This is when you check off, like, did you complete your food log? Did you drink all of your water? Did you take all of your supplements? Did you do your exercise today? Did you journal today? And then these boxes, I'm sorry that the sun is shining on my workbook. What is your mood? So we want to track your mood because sometimes your mood is connected to your food. And so it's important for you to look at, what was my mood today? Because some people who are emotional eaters tend to eat when they're emotionally hungry, not physically hungry. So this is the mindset piece that I talk about in this book, and then it's reflected in the workbook. So then you can kind of track and say, ooh, was I physically hungry or was I emotionally hungry? Am I emotionally hungry today? Am I stressed? Am I overwhelmed? Am I calm? Am I happy? That's why I put it there. The next page, your monthly fitness goals. The first couple pages are monthly, and then we go into weekly. So the first page is your monthly fitness goals. Well, you will track either your weight or your BMI. You can do both. You'll track your monthly measurements. You'll track your bigger why or motivation and what you want to accomplish this month. So your monthly strength training, your monthly cardio focus, and your monthly action plan. What is your monthly action plan? And you could write I'm going to do cardio 4 days a week or 3 days a week. And I'm going to do weights or strength training 2 or 3 times a week. And then what specifically you want to work on. Are you working on your lower body or your upper body or both? That's what this page is for. And then at the bottom, you have a monthly reward, non-food related. So a lot of people lately are telling me, I want those knee-high boots and my calves to fit in them. That's a perfect reward. And then to track your monthly successes. So this is your monthly fitness goals, right? Great little worksheet. The next one is your monthly habits log. So hopefully before you've had surgery, you've kicked the habit of soda or smoking or any of those things. But I recognize that all of us have habits to build and habits to break. I want to note that it is not possible that we are able to build 4 habits and break 2 in a single month. That's too much. So why do I put it there? So you have what's the habit, what's the motivation incentive, and then 31 days so you can track if you're actually taking action or how many days that month you're taking action. So here's the thing. Let's say this month you're like, wow, I really need to get to bed earlier. So then your habit is that you're building is get to bed earlier. Or you could say the habit to break is staying up late. You can do it either way. But let's say you did really well. You hit 20 out of 31 days in a month. Well, you might want to carry this one over to the subsequent month while you're actually building another habit, because what can happen is if you just shift for, oh, okay, I built that, and then you work on another one the next month, like say dropping the sleep, like going to bed on time, and you've shifted to a completely different habit, what will happen is sometimes you'll just shift one habit for the other and totally forget the first one. So then your 20 days of actively going to bed on time reduce to 10. But if you carry it over to the next month, and I hope that you guys understand what I'm saying, if you carry it over to the next month, then you continue to work on that, building that, continuing to build that habit while working on another main one, right? So that can be a good tool. That's why I put those 4 spots there, not to overwhelm you. Okay. So now we're moving on to weekly. So we have what I call a pre-weekly check-in in the workbook. Workbook. And this has a series of questions to get you emotionally ready for the week, to also get you thinking about possible setbacks. So we have life, guys, and that's why I created this journal, because my clients that come in, they say, oh my gosh, this is happening this week. I've got in-laws coming in, and I've got, my kid has basketball practice 3 days this week, and I've got parent-teacher conferences, or I have 3 meetings, or I'm traveling this week. Okay, so this is what this is for, because the questions I ask in here is what it could possibly prevent you from reaching your goals this week. What could possibly prevent you from eating on plan this week? Because if you have 3 evening meetings with your team or your work and you guys are all going out to dinner, that could potentially throw you off if you're not planning ahead and thinking about how you're going to stay on track. Are you with me? That's why I created this. Awesome. So how do you overcome these potential setbacks so that they aren't setbacks, but you're actually setting yourself up for success? It's amazing. That's why it's in here, because when you can plan ahead for those kinds of things, then you get used to doing that. You get used to thinking about possibilities, possible obstacles, and then you are prepared. You are prepared. It's amazing. And then I talk about how you want to feel this week, right? You want to feel in control. You want to feel passionate. You want to feel happy, strong, fit, aware. So you're setting your intentions for having an awesome week. Mindset. Okay. Meal planner. So here's your pre-weekly check-in. Here's your meal planner for the week. You can still meal plan even if you're going to be out of town, because you can set the intentions for where you might go or, what you might do. And if you can't, at least it's here, because you don't have to fill it in the week before if you're traveling. But if you're eating at home, filling it out the week before is awesome because, are you ready? There's a grocery list. I've included a grocery list so you can flip the page from your meal planner and plan your weekly groceries. Do you know what this is good for? Budgeting, because you don't eat that much anymore. And if you have a family, then even better, because you can budget on not just your meal plan, but also what they're going to eat, right? This is why this is genius, because it's not just for you, it's your entire family, because your life changes and their life changes. And you've got to have a grocery list when you meal plan. So meat and deli, dairy, eggs, produce, pantry spices, frozen, miscellaneous, right? So we're staying on the outside of the store mostly. How awesome is that? So you have a grocery list right after you do the meal plan, which sets you up for success because everything is in one place. So you're not like, where's my grocery list? Oh, but I need this. It's all in here, right? Because you're setting up your meals. Anyways, you get my point. Next page, right after the grocery list, your food and exercise log. The meal planner is what you plan to eat this week. If you're planning meals for your family, planning meals for yourself. Food and exercise log, what you actually ate, what you actually put in your mouth, which is awesome. Okay, breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, total protein, total carbs. We want to count our protein. We want to make sure we're getting our protein in. Yes, the reason I put carbs on here is because we're not counting calories, but we want to know, how are my carbs? Are my carbs low enough? Because if you're not losing, you want to look at how many carbs you're having. Because if you're having 120 grams of protein and you're also having 240 grams of carbs and you're wondering why you're not losing, it's on here. And that's why. And then you can say, I probably need to reduce my carbs. So this is, nobody's being the food police. I'm not banging you over the head with tracking every little macros, but what I am having you do is look at, my carb intake could be a little excessive this week. My carb intake was a little excessive that day. So then you're able to say, all right, I've got to shift. I've got to lower the carbs, right? So that's why I have you track your protein and your carbs. And then there's your water. So those 8 little droplets, 8 8-ounce glasses a day. We've got to get in our water every single day. So every one, you just little circle or check or whatever you'd like to do. And then after you've completed this for the day, that's when you check it off on the accountability calendar that you've done it. And then when you look at the month, you see how on track you are, right? That's why this is amazing. Accountability in a book, in a workbook. And then cardio, strength training. So we had the monthly fitness goals. So we know what your goals are. This is where you track what you actually did. This is the follow through, folks, the follow through, right? And then your supplements, calcium, vitamin D, multi, B12. Yes, yes. And then we have a post-weekly check-in. Your post-weekly emotional check-in. How'd you do this week? This is kind of like your scorecard. How often are you staying on plan? This is for your awareness. This is not to beat yourself up. This is not for shame, blame, and guilt. This is for helping you practice awareness. When you're eating, were you overly emotional? Were you present or distracted? Were you on track, off track? How much? What caused that? How can you prevent that in the future? This is all about helping you to track where you are, to help you overcome emotional eating, to help you overcome the struggles that you're at, but also to help you celebrate your successes. Because what's in here? What are your successes? What is an NSV? What did you struggle with? This is you getting real with you on a weekly basis. That's why I created this. Because if you're not real with you and if you're on autopilot, because guess what? That's what I talk about in this book, is autopilot takes you backwards. Autopilot behavior where you're just like, right? You're just, that takes you back into regain. That's what we don't want. And that is why I created this. No more regain, no more regain. Because when you're aware about something, you can change it. But again, I do this with love. I'm not here to beat you up. Nobody else is here to beat you up. We're here to support one another. This is about encouragement. This is about growth. This is about, again, my biggest thing is practicing awareness of our behaviors, right? Because I think we all know, like, oh yeah, I had a cookie. I had a piece of chocolate cake. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to just have a little piece, or I just wanted to have this, or I should have stayed away from it, right? So we do this in our heads. But when we do it on paper and we can say, oh yeah, I'm about to stick that little thing in my mouth, I'm okay with that, but I'm not okay with having anything larger. Or, no, I need to stay away from that dessert table. It's awareness. It's awareness, and you're not stuck in your feelings because you know you're going to write it down. But then you can also write about your feelings in here, and that gives you clarity because you know when you feel like crap, right? Where's that going to take you? Down this rabbit hole of more crap. We want you to feel good, and we want you to feel supported, and that's what this is for, to help you feel more supported and to also help you gain insight into your behaviors. That's why I've created it. Okay, so the post-weekly check-in. Guess what? Next page, pre-weekly check-in. So that's it for the week. So then you kind of repeat that week to week to week, and you gain insight from week to week to week. Like, what were my struggles? All right, this week wasn't the same as last week. It never is. It never is, but you get to see where you're growing, where your strengths are, where your weaknesses are, and over time, this helps you grow. End of month reflection. After you've completed your 4 weeks or your 5 weeks, depending on the month, then end of month reflection, right? A worksheet. What were your successes? What were your struggles? What have you learned about yourself this month? How can you improve for next month? A lot of these things are insight and awareness, and they really are the things that we need to be asking ourselves, right? Because that is where the growth happens. And then after your end of month reflection, it's time to go on to the next month. So the difference, I think I shared a little bit of the difference between the 3 month and the 6 month. Each month you get a little, a new quote that you can think about. These pages are not pull out on purpose because I want you guys to look over the course of your 3 months or look over the course of your 6 months to see how much you've grown here and how much you've shrunk in your body. So that's the purpose of this, to really help you guys grow mentally and emotionally. And that's why I'm so passionate about this, because I know that this can help so many people who just need that extra oomph, that planner capacity, that workbook capacity to say, oh my gosh, if I just needed to see this because I wasn't aware of it. So, and again, I'm just going to share if there are deeper issues where you're not tracking, if you're having trouble tracking, you probably need some one-on-one work or some group work with either a group, either in a coaching or counseling capacity or something beyond that. So that's for you to determine, right? That's not for me to determine. That's for you to determine. You've got to look inside yourselves and see what you need. So, I have just shown you the inside of the 3 month. The 6 month is about the same. And these are the color. Let me also say that the full color of both is a little bit more pricey because of the printing, right? So this is because it costs more to print in color. So if you're on a budget, get the black and white. It's going to serve you the same. If you really want the color, then splurge for the color, but that's up to you. But in terms of the color, I really didn't have the opportunity to price this the way I wanted to because the color really upped the price on the 6 month. So, and that's just part of the printing cost. That was not anything I had control over. So, but that's why I also created a black and white version, because I wanted to make it affordable for every budget, So, that is it for the 3 month and 6 month accountability workbooks. I hope that you really enjoyed my presentation. If you have any questions, feel free to post in the comments below and I will answer them. I'd love it if you guys could follow me go ahead and subscribe below. I am Kristen with Bariatric Mindset. If you want to find me on Facebook, Bariatric Mindset. You can also join my free Facebook group, Bariatric Mindset Mavens. Also, I am on Twitter at Bari Mindset, on Instagram at Bariatric Mindset, and on YouTube as Bariatric Mindset. You can also find me at bariatricmindset.com. So thanks for watching, and I'll also put the links below so that you can access the workbooks. They are available for purchase on Amazon. And I hope that you guys have an amazing day. Bye.